It was the DNA that made him that way. Hello and welcome again. It's looking a little bit warmer. I can't believe, I don't know. I'm getting like weird mixed readings from the light meter. It's got me wondering. I think it looks too hot. Like, I'd like it cooled down. I was thinking about putting another light over there. Minneapolis has been burning. Some pig cops killed an innocent black dude named George Floyd, and I've tried a couple times to make an episode talking about it, and it's just, yeah, with everything going on in the world, it's just like, that's just one more shitty thing. Like, it's like, how we grow up, even in a pandemic, we can still have big cops. You know, like, fuck that shit. And it's Minneapolis, and as a Prince fan, like, the town's like magic and mystery to me still, and it's like, I can't go do that. Well, I can, but it's gonna have to be a little bit, you know. And then the footage of the dude with the umbrella, Cheeto showed it to me. Cheeto, yeah, that shit's fucking weird, man. Whatever's going on out there, like, I don't know. Like, I've not been crazy conspiracy theorist, but, you know, then honestly, I wanted to talk about other things, like what I've been doing in Adobe Illustrator. Like this graphic of Hannibal Lecter, which I call Hannibal Lecter, I love you. I figured I can, if footage goes out of focus, I can move it over my face. Then there's also, I did Black Hole Swan, where I had to draw this swan, and I decided to make, I don't know, Black Hole Swan just sounded like a good name, and it's basically a swan. It travels a network of black holes looking for a sun to wash away the pain. And it's kind of went with what I was feeling with the anniversary of Chris Cornell passing. I don't want to explain any more than that. Just, it's art, and that's all that you need to know. It's fucking art. Also in the news, the smartest living rock star, Brian May, guitarist for Queen, suffered a heart attack and almost died. And he's the smartest living guitarist because he doubles as rock legend and astrophysicist, which actually had me wondering, because we did the SpaceX thing with Elon Musk and NASA doing a manned thing, and I was wondering, like, well, Brian May is like a fucking astrophysicist. Do you think that those guys down the street here, like at Kennedy Space Center, do you think they're like, hey, on this mission, you know, because he does debris and stuff, so, like, just space dust. Like, I'm wondering if, like, because those are like those are like the tests that they do. It's like collecting space dust. So, yeah, I'm just wondering if those guys are like, if they got Brian May on freaking speed dial, like right there, or like they can just send him an email and go, hey sir, you know, what was that?
I'm listening.
Siri's freaking out. Yeah, so Brian May has a fucking heart attack, and then I'm like, shit, I only have one Queen record, which is if you're gonna have only one, it's a good one to have, which is them live at the Rainbow in '74, and it's one disc is the Queen 2 tour, and then the Sheer Heart Attack tour. But the thing is about Sheer Heart Attack is the song. Sheer Heart Attack was the name of their third album, but the song Sheer Heart Attack didn't show up until News of the World, which is like, just look at this album cover. It's just magnificent. Even the sleeve was cool. It had a hole for only one side. Like, still I always thought they just kind of painted themselves in to, because this is a famous pulp, science fiction pulp cover from 1953 that Roger had. And so, yeah, so they ended up going to the actual artist that did it, and he actually repainted it, or painted them in. Well, says he painted them into the thing, but I doubt he'd ruin the original. So, but yeah, and so the original guy, so he ended up doing this with the people like trying to escape because there's a giant robot like gonna kill him. Like, look at that. Queen. Why this album is so freaking important. Well, we already saw the cover. But let's just go through the songs. Okay, so what happened was they just come off doing dual concept or whatever, high concept albums, I guess. Night of the Opera, and then they followed with Day of the Races, which everybody said was too derivative of Night of the Opera, and they were like, yeah, we weren't hiding that. Like, look at the album covers, and they're basically the same, except one's white and one's black, and the titles are both Marx Brothers movies. So anyhow, so then on this one, they just wanted to do something simpler, and they even decided to produce it themselves. But I mean, look at the fucking, you drop the needle, and you get We Will Rock You. And it goes into the We Are the Champions. I paid my dues, time after time, fame. Then it's Sheer Heart Attack. And then All Dead, All Dead's really good. Spread Your Wings is pretty good. Fight from the Inside is just like, and then, oh yeah, okay. I mean, those are all good songs. And then side 2 starts off with Get Down, Make Love, which is like the best song to get down and make love to, you know. I mean, you can't help it. You really can't. And Sleep on the Sidewalk is good, and Who Needs You? And then here comes It's Late. And it's just like, the drums on it are fucking phenomenal, are just fucking great. Freddie, it just fucking soars. It's a fucking song. Like, I think it's better than Bohemian Rhapsody. Like, it's just got so much fucking guts to it. Definitely one to get and to listen to when the smartest living rock star, a guy that built his own guitar out of the mantle of their family's fireplace and his mom's sewing machine. I mean, do you think that, like, when the NASA scientists talk to him, do you think that they're like, so can you tell me exactly how you wound your pickups and like what you did? What was your switching mechanism? Like, how did you design that to go from parallel to series or whatever? Like, I mean, Jesus Christ, that's got to be the greatest thing ever. I mean, he's Brian fucking May. And I know Nachito might not think much about Queen, but he should. Heart Attack, and I was like thinking about how kind of punk rock it is, and it's like, okay, this is 1977, right? And apparently, Freddie was supposed I think it was like Today or something in the UK, and he woke up with a bad toothache, and they couldn't make the date, and so because of that, they ended up getting the Sex Pistols because they were, yeah. I guess that was, I don't know. I'm not a Sex Pistols historian, but from what the article said, that was one of the big shows that broke them, like, to a bigger audience. Sex Pistols, they were the thing. So, and what's funny is, like, the more and more people like talk about like who started punk rock or where it came from, it's like, well, yeah, but these guys were kind of doing something similar. Like, even if you listen to like Modern Times Rock and Roll and Queen 1, or Stone Cold Crazy on Sheer Heart Attack, and then Sheer Heart Attack itself, like, they all kind of sound like they're cut from the same groove. And I think those are all Roger songs too. So I'm just saying, hindsight. You know what? Don't judge me, Nachito. Nachito. Do yourself a favor and pick up a copy of News of the World by Queen. It's probably the best thing ever. And I was hanging out my window, being 18-year-old me. 18-year-old me! He's a wild child. Just a little hellion. He was going places. Now look at him in the future.